Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Jaya Gopi Janaballabha Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Gopi Jaya Gopi Janaballabha Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Gopi Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Prajajanarangana Jaya Prajajanarangana Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Prajajanarangana Jaya Prajajanarangana Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachare Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Yamuna Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachare Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Jaya Gopi Janaballabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janaballabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Prajajanarangana Jaya Prajajanarangana Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Yasodhanandana, Jaya Brajajana Ranjana, Jaya Brajajana Ranjana, Jaya Yasodhanandana. Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Jaya Yamuna Chirabanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Jaya Raja Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrajacacharya Sutasata Sishimad, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jaya Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrajacacharya Sutasata Sishimad, His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. His confounder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Grantaraj Bhagavatam Ki. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Nitai Gopimanandi. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the lotus feet of Shri Guru Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki. Narayana Namaskritya Narayachaiva Narottaman Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nasta Praye sva-bhṛtyair Nityam bhagavata-sevaya Bhagavati uttama-sloke Bhakti bhavati naistike Vede ramane chaiva purano parājitam adho-adhyam madhyecha hari sabhacha giyate Mukam karoti vachalam pangulam yate guri Ya kripataham bande Sri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhava Dhamma Pujita Kadavota Paramoni Mashram Satam Vedam Vastavam Uttagastu Shivadam Chabatayo Molana Shema Bhagavate Mahamuni Katenki Vai Paraishvara Sadhyo Diya Parijeta Kativikata Krishanam Nigama Kapatalu Galita Phalam Sukamukantu Sambitam Pibatam Bhagavatam Rasamalaya Mahura Urasika Bhuvibhavaka Atoyam Brahma Sutranam Bharatata Vinimaya Kayati Basaru Posha Vedata Paribrimita Savabiditi Ashanam Saram Saram Paridibimita Savabidanta Sarami Shibhakta Mishyati Tarasamita Syati Ptashana Yatya Sharati Kwachi Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramadanam Devaki Paramananda Krishna Vande Jagaguru Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Devi Sesa Sunya Bhadi Pashacha Dishatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishna Ya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gurati Senama Panchakapatulubhyascha Kripasyunti Bevacha Patitanam Pavanabhebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I thank everyone for being here this morning for the Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are in the 10th canto, chapter 82. Today's text 40. This is the Krishna meets the inhabitant of Vrindavan in Kurukshetra. Because Krishna left Vrindavan when he was just almost 12 years old. And then he left Vrindavan, but he never come back to Vrindavan. According to this particular lila, in some other manifestations, Krishna, when he lived in Vrindavan, he always come back to Vrindavan, because Krishna never lived Vrindavan; he's always in Vrindavan. But here we are reading Krishna left Vrindavan, and then he met the Brajavasi in Kurukshetra after almost 100 years, so a long time. So you can just imagine how the Brajavasi, how they could tolerate such a long absence from Krishna, 100 years since he left Vrindavan, meeting Kurukshetra. So first we read the text, then we go through some deliberations on this. The meeting Kurukshetra, the Rath Yatra pastimes, the return Rath Yatra, which is today. So we read the text together. Bhagavat Tastata Bhuta Vita Bhagavan Tastata Bhuta Vivikta Upasangata Aslisya Namayam Prishtva Prahasam idam abravit Bhagavan stastata bhuta Vivikta upasangataha Aslisya manayam prishtva Prahasam idam abravit. You can please Ladies. Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, taha, then, tadā being in such a state, vivekte, in a secluded place, upasangata, going up to, aslishya, embracing, anamayam, health, dṛṣṭvā, asking about, prāhāsam, laughed. Evam is abode said. Translation and purport by the BBT. The Supreme Lord approached the gopis in a secluded place as they stood in their ecstatic trance. After embracing each of them and inquiring about their well-being, he laughed and spoke as follows. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti comments that Krishna expanded himself by his devotee Shakti to embrace each of the gopis individually, thus waking each of them from her trance. He inquired, "Are you now relieved of your pain of separation?" and laughed to help lighten their spirits. So this is in Kurukshetra, where different dynasties, great personalities, they all met Kurukshetra because there was an eclipse. So this was during an eclipse, and everybody had gone there. Kurukshetra is a famous place of pilgrimage. Just like in the Bhagavad-gita, at the beginning, Dhritarashtra, he said, Dhammasete Kurukshetra, some of it we saw that in the place of pilgrimage, Dhammashetra, Kurukshetra, because the fighting which was to take place in Kurukshetra, and that place happened to be a place of pilgrimage. Like it was earlier explained how Parasuram, when he had killed the 21 dynasties of Kshatriyas, he killed them. He killed so many Kshatriyas, and then supposedly that he made a lake, the lake in Kurukshetra, of the blood of all these Kshatriyas that he had killed. So that is, let's say figuratively speaking. And apparently said that Parasuram, he had to purify himself, engage in meditation at this spot in Kurukshetra. So during the time of eclipse, so normally whenever there's an eclipse, people go to a place of pilgrimage. So this is Vrindavan. If there's an eclipse, we're already in Vrindavan, so we don't have to go anywhere. But if you are somewhere else, and an eclipse is coming, then you should go to a place of pilgrimage, isn't it? So the scholar was Griya, something like that. It's supposed to be inauspicious time. So now this is a reunion of the gopis and Krishna in Kurukshetra. It's a reunion after a long period of time that the gopis have been away from Krishna. When Krishna was performing his pastime in Vrindavan, when he was in Vrindavan, even a moment of separation from Krishna, it's lamentable for the gopis. Even the gopis, they will criticize Lord Brahma that, oh, you've created this eye, and this eye, it has got an eyelid. Because during the blinking of an eye, that time prevents us from seeing Krishna continuously. Because seeing Krishna is the festival for the eyes. It's the festival for the eye, seeing Krishna. So the gopis, they criticize Lord Brahma. They say, oh, you are such an incompetent creator, that you've created this body, you created this eye, and yet you put some blinking on it. It enables us to unable to see Krishna continuously. Now the same Krishna whom the gopis have criticized Lord Brahma for, that they are unable to see him, now the same Krishna all of a sudden he went to Mathura. He went to Mathura and then he never comes back. And it took about 100 years before the gopis, they could again see Krishna. Almost 100 years. Now, if you have to deliberate deeply, according to Vaishnava Siddhanta, and according to the teachings of the Goswamis, that in reality, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. When Rupa Goswami, when he went to Puri to meet Mahaprabhu, so the first instruction that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Rupa Goswami is that in your writing, do not take Krishna out of Vrindavan in your writing. So Mahaprabhu gave this order to Rupa Goswami that in your writing, don't take Krishna out of Vrindavan. And then Mahaprabhu said, Vrindavanam parītyāgya pādāikanam brajē. That Krishna never take a step outside Vrindavan. So this is the order that Mahaprabhu gave to Rupa Goswami. And then Rupa Goswami, because before he went to Puri, he was writing a book about Krishna Lila. He was writing a book about Krishna Lila. And then when he was traveling to Puri, then he was in a place called Satyabhama, which is about 6 miles from Jagannath Puri. So when he was resting at night, in his dream, Satyabhama appeared to Rupa Goswami. She said, you should write a separate drama about me. Write a separate drama about me. In this case, indicating Dwaka Lila. Write a separate drama about me. So, which indication that do not combine Braja Lila and Dwaka Lila together. So, then after meeting Mahaprabhu and the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this order that do not take Krishna out of Vrindavan in your writing. So, and then the two famous book written by Rupa Goswami, which is Vidagdha Madhava and Lalita Madhava. These are two various scriptures, very esoteric scriptures. One described the Lila in Vrindavan, and the other one described the Lilas in Mathura. And then there has to be some kind of harmonization in the race. Even though Krishna was in Dwarka, Mathura Dwarka, he was a king, he was married, so many wives and all that in there, and all that. So Rupa Goswami has to harmonize this instruction that said that actually Krishna is always in Vrindavan, that this lila of being Dwarka, it was like a dream. This also corroborated in Srila Sanatana Goswami's writing, especially in the Bhagavatamrita. In the Bhagavatamrita, Srila Sanatana Goswami wrote, because that time when Krishna was in Dwarka, was the husband of many kings, husband of many wives in Dwarka, but even though married, but he was always calling out to Brajabasi. He was always calling out to the gopis, chanting their names, Gopi, 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 Radhe, 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 always. So it's a long description. So one time, and then because Krishna had fallen into the deep consciousness, and then Balaram, Naramuni, and then Lord Brahma, they wanted to figure out how to wake Krishna from his unconsciousness, because Krishna had fallen unconscious by thinking of the Brajabasis, by calling up upon them. So, and Lord Brahma suggested the creation of a new Vrindavan, Naba Vrindavan. So Vishwakarma was called in Dwarka, so he created the exact replica of Vrindavan with all the forests, with all the Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maya, and all the gopis and Gopa. He created all of them. And then, so after this creation, Lord Balaram, he went to Krishna. Say, hey Krishna, call out, we're in Vrindavan, wake up, we're in Vrindavan, Krishna, wake up. So, and then Krishna wake up, immediately, he said, where's my flute, so he grabbed his flute, and then when he wake up, so this time he was in the Gopa Vish, Gopa, Bhav. So he saw his mother. Of course, the mother, she was in the statue, because the creation of Vrindavan, they made a replica for the Brajabasi in the form of the statue. So the Krishna said, oh, Maya, I just had a big dream. I had a dream. I was in Mathura, I was in Dwarka. I've got married. I have so many wives and kings. I was a king, this and that. So I got married. Telling his mother. I just had this big dream, but as he was talking to his mother, she wasn't replying. She was not replying because she was, just a statue. She was not replying. And then he said, okay, Mataji, okay, I'm going to the forest now. And then this pastimes, then it goes on. So in one sense, Krishna lived in Vrindavan and Krishna never lived in Vrindavan. This is something that the Vaishnavas, especially the Rasik Vaishnava, they always have to harmonize. Of course, now in the Bhagavatam here, we are reading about how Krishna lived in Vrindavan and how his Mathura Lila, Dwarka Lila, and many other Lila. And now in this Lila of meeting in the Kurukshetra, it's like today is the return Rath Yatra, return Rath. Kurukshetra is actually, it's like, it's compared to Jagannath temple. And Rath Yatra is, when the devotees are pulling Krishna, the devotees are pulling Krishna, the gopis are pulling Krishna, and they are saying, let us go back to Vrindavan. Let us go back to Vrindavan. Because Rath Yatra, it's devotee taking Krishna to Vrindavan. Now, the return Rath, which is today, is not something that the devotees are actually enthusiastic about. The devotees are not enthusiastic about today at all. You have to take Krishna out of Vrindavan. No, this is not something because Krishna from Sri Mandi in Jagannath Puri to Gundicha, this is where Lord Jagannath stayed for about 7 days, in 7-8 days in Gundicha. And Gundicha is represents Vrindavan. That's what Gundicha represents. So by taking Krishna again, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, taking them again out of Gundicha back to the Mandi, Sri Mandi. So it's not something that pleasant for the devotees. So now for the context of the text, so it mentioned here that Krishna, he embraced the gopis, meeting them in Kurukshetra. He took them to a secluded place. Then he embraced them. Because when they saw Krishna, they were in a state of, it's like unbelievable that, oh, now we sin again, now we are sin again. Totally unbelievable. So they were stunned, they immediately they lost consciousness. They were stunned totally. And as they stunned, saw Krishna, he has to wake them up. So Krishna, he actually expanded himself into as many gopis as possible. He expanded himself, and then he embraced all of them at the same time. Just like it says here, was a prahasam means then Krishna laughed. Krishna laughed. Prahasam idam abravit. So Krishna laughed, perhaps means to laugh. Krishna laughed after embracing them. And then, oh my dear gopis, now are you awake now? Are you awake? So Krishna, by his laughing, he did this to cheer up the gopis, to cheer them up. He did this by his laughing. Now, we know that when Krishna was in his Braj Lila, when he was in the forest, he was in the forest playing his flute, and he had called out the gopis. Actually, by playing the flute, it was in the middle of the night, so he was playing his flute, and all the gopis, they all left their home. They left their home to be with Krishna at night. So when they left their home to meet with Krishna at night, and then Krishna started talking to them. So he said, oh, swagatam, oh Mahabhaga, priyam kim kuvatam vaha, vaja samanam kvachit, brita gamanam karanam. So Krishna is telling the gopi, he said, oh my dear gopi, you are welcome. What may I do to please you? Is everything well in Braja? Please tell me the reason for your coming here. So Krishna is teaching the gopi that, oh, why have you come here? Tell me the reason why you have come here. He's the one who plays flute to call them. He plays his flute. When Krishna plays his flute in the middle of the night, only the gopis hear it. He called them. Now they ran to meet him in the forest. Now he's not asking them now, why have you come here? Tell me the purpose of your coming. Tell me the purpose of your coming. Then he said, Rajane sa goram rupa, gora satwa nishebita, patyata prajanam neha, strayam swimisha madhyamaya. My glasses have some problem. So he said, this night is quite frightening. And frightening creatures are lurking about. Return to Braja. Return to Braja, oh slender waisted girls. This is not a proper place for women. So Krishna is telling the gopis that this is not a proper place for you to be. Go back to your place. Go back to Vrindavan. And then he said, Matara Pitara Putra Pratara Patisan Chavai Vichimbadhya Pasyanto Nakidan Bandhu Sadvishan. Then he said, not finding you at home, your mothers, fathers, sons, brothers, and husbands are certainly searching for you. Don't cause anxiety for your family members. So this is what Krishna is saying. So Krishna is teasing the gopi this way that, you're all a very, very respectable woman, very, very respectable, pativrata, loving wives. So why are you here in the forest to be with me? So go back to your households. And of course, this is not, by hearing this is not pleasing to the gopis. It's not pleasing to them. It's like, why is Krishna saying this? But at the same time, they know that yes, Krishna is simply talking. Krishna wants to be with them. And then he's simply saying this basically to test the gopis. He's saying this basically to test them. So now, after during the Ras Leela, and that time Krishna had disappeared into the forest. He had disappeared in the arena of the Ras dance. He had disappeared, and the gopi, they were searching for him, singing the songs of the separation, Gopi Gita, singing. And then Krishna appeared again. By hearing their songs of separation, of their so much hankering for Krishna, so much love for Krishna. So Krishna, he again appeared before them. So Krishna appeared before the gopis, and now he's telling the gopis, he said, evam atujito lokabeda swana yibo mayanubitaye baja maya paraksham bhajate cirataḥ mashoyitam ātma priyam. So Krishna says, my dear girls, understanding that simply for my sake you have rejected the authority of worldly religion, of the Vedas, and of your relatives, I acted as I did only to increase your attachment to me. Even when I remove myself from your sight by suddenly disappearing, I never stopped loving you. Therefore, my beloved gopis, please do not harbor any bad feelings towards me, your beloved. So Krishna is saying that yes, by my disappearing, it doesn't mean that I stop loving you. So therefore, don't be angry with me. Krishna, telling the gopi not to be angry with him. And then he said, Napareham nirabadhya samjitam Sadhu kritam vibuddhas yuchapiva yama bhajan dujarageha sinkala samrishyata vapa vijatam sadhunam. So Krishna said, I'm not able to repay my debt for your spotless service. Even within a lifetime of brāhmaṇa, your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all domestic ties, which are all difficult to break. Therefore, please let your own glorious deeds be your own compensation. So, the real devotee of Krishna, the real bhakta of Krishna are the gopis of the Brijabasis, especially the gopis of Vrindavan. They serve Krishna the most. They serve Krishna the most that Krishna said that, oh, your service cannot be repaid by me. Krishna says in the Gita, is that Yayatama Prapadyan stay, Tan Satavabhajamyaham, was that as one surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Krishna says in the Gita. Which means the level of your surrender to him, the level of your service to him, Krishna reciprocate with you accordingly. But to the gopi, he said, no, I cannot. I cannot reciprocate. I cannot repay you. Just imagine. Krishna says, I cannot repay you. So therefore, let your own service be your own compensation. Let your own service be your own compensation. When Mahaprabhu said, Nadana Najanana Sundari Kabadi Vijagadaskama, Mama Jamani Shari Babata Bakcha, I took it try that, oh my Lord, I do not want anything. I don't want no wealth, no followers, no nothing. I don't want to be known as some famous person. I simply want to serve you, but after birth. I simply want to serve you. You know, that's Tanuja King Karan, Paritame Bajam Dusambudo, oh, son of Nanda. The greatest aspiration of a devotee of Krishna is service to Krishna. And service to Krishna means without any expectation of a particular reward. That is service to Krishna means. Anya bilasita sunya dhyana kama dhyana britam anukuyana Krishnam silana bhakti uttama. Service to Krishna means no expectation. No expectation, simply serve only, service only. And that's why the real devotee of Krishna is very, very rare, because Krishna himself becomes subservient to his devotees. The service of Krishna is very, very rare. So, in the meeting of Kurukshetra, when the gopis, they are now in the presence of Krishna. They are now in the presence of Krishna, and then, so this was this mood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had when he was at Jagannath-puri during the Rath Yatra. This is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of the gopis, especially Srimati Radharani. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, he was constantly reciting this. Saita paramanata painam yalagi madana dahare jari genun. Now I have gained the Lord of my life, in the absence of whom I was being bound by Cupid and was withering away. Now I have gained the Lord of my life, in the absence of whom I was being bound by Cupid and was withering away. So this is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 13. So Chaitanya Prabhu, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, after a long period of time, separation, long separation, now Krishna is now in front of Radharani. And then she said, Ya komara hara saivahi varastaiva chatra shapas te kamila malati surabhaya rauda kadamba neha sa chaivashmi tatabi tatas surata vyapara lila baldao. That very personality who stole away my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlight nights of the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of malati flowers is there. And the same sweet breezes are blowing from Kadamba forest in our intimate relationship. I am also the same lover, yet still my mind is not happy here. I am eager to go back to that place on the bank of the river under the Vetasi tree. That is my desire. So now this is the calling out. Srimati Radharani in front of Krishna in Kurukshetra. She said that you are the same Krishna, I am the same Srimati Radharani. So much fragrance is there, malati flowers, so many atmospheres for the springtime. Chaitra is the spring season. But still, I don't feel enlivened to be here. I don't feel, even though we are the same person, we are the same Krishna, the same youthfulness is there. The same youthfulness is there. Because after all, Krishna is Navakishore, he's eternally youthful. So is the Gopi, so is Srimati Radharani. So the same youthfulness is there. But Radharani is telling Krishna that this is not the place to be. So therefore, let us go to Vrindavan. Let us go to Vrindavan. This is not the place to be. So then all the gopis, everybody started pulling. Because Krishna was in his chariot. In his chariot, so they started pulling Krishna chariot. Now let's go to Vrindavan. Let us go back to Vrindavan, where we can really enjoy our pastimes. Because Vrindavan is the natural place where these pastimes can be done. So actually, Srila Prabhupada, he had written a comment on this. Srila Prabhupada had said that this song refers to Srimati Radharani meeting with Krishna at the holy place of Kurukshetra, where Lord Sri Krishna and his mother and his brother and sister came to visit when there was a solar eclipse. It is a song of separation from Krishna. When Radharani met Krishna at Kurukshetra, she remembered his intimate association in Vrindavan, and she thought, now I have gained the Lord of my life. In his absence, I was being burned by the arrow of Cupid, and thus I was withering away. Now I have my life again. Now I have my life again. So this was the mood of Chaitanya Prabhu in Jagannath Puri, in pulling the Rath Yatra. You know that Chaitanya Prabhu, he spent 18 years in Jagannath Puri. Yes, he took some years at the age of 24. And then for 6 years, he was traveling all over India for 6 years. And then for 18 years, he was in Jagannath Puri. He was in Jagannath Puri for 18 years. And from those 18 years, for 12 years, he was in seclusion in Gambhir. In Gambhir, which is his residence at Radhakant Math, opposite the Jagannath Temple, not far from Jagannath Temple. So Chaitanya Prabhu was for 12 years. He was simply in seclusion, simply in a deeply intense mood of separation of Krishna, of Radha and Krishna. He was simply calling out, and he was being assisted only by Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodara, whereby both Swarup Damodara and Ramananda Roy, they will assist the Lord in his feeling of separation from Krishna. Swarup Damodara, Ramananda Roy will quote different verses from the scriptures to enhance the mood of Mahaprabhu. He will quote different verses. And Swarup Damodara will sing because he was a great singer. So he would sing, especially from Chandidas Vidyapati Chandidas, by different songs of Chandidas Vidyapati, or from Gita Govinda of Jade Goswami. And these are very, very highly esoteric songs, which it's all about the mood, the intimate loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. So for 12 years, Mahaprabhu was in Puri. So during the Rath Yatra, so Mahaprabhu will recite this prayer, and then it mentioned that now explaining this verse, which Chaitanya Prabhu had quoted, that I'm the same Radharani, you are the same Krishna, but this place is not a place to be. This place is in Kurukshetra. So therefore, let us go back to Vrindavan. Let us go to Vrindavan. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was writing, Yalukan Rajat Gati Goda Radha Dvani Taha Pusparaya Briga Pikanada Suni. Kurukshetra is crowded with people. There's elephants and horses and the rattling of chariots. In Vrindavan, however, there are flower gardens, and the humming of the bees and chirping of the birds can be heard, because Vrindavan is a very, very natural, simple place. It's not a big city, no chariots. Yamuna River is there flowing gently. All the peacocks, different there. Kadamba trees, tama trees, beautiful flowers. It's a very ideal environment for the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. Ideal environment. Yaraja Bisa Sange Sabha Kshatriya Gana Tahango Pavesa Sange Murali Bardana. Here at Kurukshetra, you are dressed like a royal prince, accompanied by great warriors. But in Vrindavan, you appear just like an ordinary cowherd boy, accompanied only by your beautiful flute. Krishna only carries flute in Vrindavan. He does not, outside of Vrindavan, he doesn't carry flute. Outside of Vrindavan, he does not wear peacock feather. Only in Vrindavan, that Krishna wear peacock feather and his flute. It's just like, I think Prabhupada narrated the story of one person who had come to India searching for God. He had come to India searching for God, searching for who God to be. So he was going to different temples. He saw different forms of God, demigods. And all these different forms, they all carry weapons. Every avatar, every expansion, they all carry weapons only. Just like Lord Ramachandra, he has his bow and arrow, and they all carry weapons. But he saw Krishna only with flute. He has flute, plain flute. Then this person say, oh, this must be the supreme person because he doesn't have much to do. He doesn't fight. It's only plain flute only. So this person became convinced, yes, this must be the Supreme Lord. This must be God. And this person became, a devotee. So Radharani is saying, here in Kurukshetra, you dress like a king, chariot, so many warriors. But Vrindavan is different. Vrindavan, you are just an ordinary cowherd boy, playing with your flute. Even though Krishna killed so many demons in Vrindavan, he never killed them with any weapon. It's always with his flute only. He never used any, because Krishna never carried any weapon in Vrindavan. Rajetama Sangaye Sukha Ashwadana Se Sukha Samundaraya Nayeka Kona. Here, there is not even a drop of the ocean of transcendental happiness that I enjoyed with you in Vrindavan. You see? Yeah, in Kurukshetra, what happiness is here? There's not a drop of happiness here in Kurukshetra compared to what I enjoy with you in Vrindavan. Amalana puna lila karapat Vrindavane Tobyamara manobancha hoita purane. I therefore request you to come to Vrindavan and enjoy pastimes with me. If you do so, my ambition will be fulfilled. So this is the Srimati Radharani telling Krishna, let us go to Vrindavan and join our pastimes. Let us go there to Vrindavan and enjoy our pastime. So, and then the gopis, they started pulling on Krishna's wrath, Krishna's chariot. Started pulling towards Vrindavan. Started pulling towards Vrindavan. So the Rath Yatra, Jagannath Rath, coming from the Srimandi to Gundicha, that is Krishna going to Vrindavan. Gundicha temple is a very beautiful garden. So, like the day before Rath Yatra, we know that Chaitanya Prabhu, along with all his associates, they cleansed the Gundicha temple, Gundicha Majan. They cleansed the Gundicha temple very thoroughly. And this cleansing of Gundicha temple is compared to cleansing of our heart, because unless our heart is cleansed, how can we serve Krishna? How can we be Krishna Bhakta? Krishna will only come to a heart where that is very clean, no contamination whatsoever. So the going to Vrindavan, going to Gundicha temple, this is pulling Rath Yatra, and today, of course, bringing back the rat, taking the rat from Srimandi back to, from Gundicha temple back to Srimandi. So it's not the day that the Vaishnava actually like to celebrate, because we don't want to take Krishna out of Vrindavan. Krishna is always in Vrindavan. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Jai, Hare Krishna. And, do you have any question or comment? So our time is gone. Grant us bhagavat ki, Sri Jagannath Yatra ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gopi Menande. Hare Krishna.